This is the best possible Fantasy Premier League team you could have right now, and in this video I will explain exactly why. I'm Sakafousi, your personal data analyst, and in this video I will walk you through all the numbers and stats you need to gain a real edge over the rest of the managers. Let's start with a chart showing team strength so far, both attacking and defensive. This is crucial because we need to know which teams have the weakest defenses so we can target them in specific game weeks. The further right a team is on this chart, the higher their expected goals per game. At the far right, we find Manchester City averaging almost 1.8 expected goals per match, followed by Crystal Palace, Liverpool, and Chelsea. On the other hand, the higher a team is positioned, the worse its defense, meaning they have conceded more expected goals. By far, the worst is Burnley, while Manchester United, West Ham, and Tottenham have also been poor defensively. Using this data, we can project how many goals each team is expected to score in the next few game weeks and calculate an offensive fixture difficulty rating. From this table, we see that West Ham have the best attacking fixtures over the next 5 weeks, facing opponents with defenses roughly 7% weaker than average. For example, they start game week 11 at home against Burnley with an attacking fixture rating of 1.29, meaning they are expected to score 29% more goals than usual. We can also do the same for defenses to estimate clean sheet potential. In this table, we can see each team's expected clean sheets per match and how easy their fixtures are relative to their league average. At the top sits Arsenal, expected to keep 0.61 clean sheets per game over the next 5, with a difficulty rating of 1.03, meaning they are projected to keep 3% more clean sheets than their current average. At the bottom, again Burnley, with just 0.19 expected clean sheets per game. Now that we've looked at team performances, let's move to individual players, starting with goalkeepers. Goalkeepers mainly earn points from saves and clean sheets. The farther right you go on this chart, the more saves a keeper has made. At the top, by a big margin, is Dubravka from Burnley, with over 4 saves per game so far. The lower a keeper is, the fewer expected goals he's conceded, meaning a higher clean sheet potential. At the very bottom is Raya from Arsenal, allowing just 0.6 expected goals conceded per match. If this trend continue, Raya would be the top goalkeeper with 4.37 expected points per game and slightly higher over the next 5 games due to Arsenal's favorable fixtures. Now, let's look at defenders. Defenders earn points from goals, assists, clean sheets, and defensive contributions. The further right on this chart, the more threatening they have been in attack. At the far right is Timber, with just over 0.30 expected goal involvements per 90, followed by Calafiori, Munoz, and Creci. Vertically, the lower the player, the fewer expected goals their team has conceded, meaning higher clean sheet odds. No surprise, Arsenal defenders like Gabriel, Calafiori, and Timber sit at the bottom, far ahead of everyone else. Players with a green dot have the highest defensive contribution rate, meaning more bonus potential. Defenders worth keeping an eye include Andersen from Fulham, Mukiele from Sunderland, and Senesi from Bournemouth, all offering a nice mix of defensive work and attacking threat. If performances stay consistent, Gabriel projects as the best defender in Fantasy Premier League with 6.02 points per game, rising slightly to 6.15 for the next 5 due to easier fixtures. To see how this is calculated, let's take Gabriel as an example. He averages 0.08 expected goals, 0.07 expected assists, 0.55 expected goals conceded, and 9.5 defensive contributions per match. From these inputs, the model estimates his total expected points. Other top defenders include Timber, Calafiori, Crezzi from Wolves at just 4.5 million, Senesi from Bournemouth with 12.9 defensive contributions per match, and Mukele from Sunderland, a great budget pick at 4.2 millions. Now let's move to midfielders. The further right a midfielder is, the higher their non-penalty expected goal per 90. At the far right, Sar from Crystal Palace leads the way, followed by Enzo, Semenyo, Gakpo, and Mbemo. Players in bold font are their team's penalty takers, a key detail since penalties can heavily boost total points. Vertically, the higher a player is, the more expected assists they have. At the top sits Saka with around 0.4 expected assists per match. Green dots again, meaning strong defensive work, and only Andersen and Caicedo exceed 12 defensive contributions per game. Fernandes from Manchester United and Ndiaye from Everton have yellow dots, close to bonus numbers. If current performances continue, the top projected midfielder is Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea with 6.41 expected points per game and 6.39 over the next 5. Close behind are Fernandes and Ndiaye, who combine penalty duties with good work rate stats. Semenyo ranks high due to 0.31 expected goals per 90 and possibly being Bournemouth's penalty taker, though that's not yet confirmed. Finally, Sarr stands out as the best open play threat among midfielders with 0.46 expected goals per 90, followed by Salah, Mbemo, Gakpo, Saka, and Soboslai. Now moving to forwards, the further right, the more expected goals per game. At the far right, of course, is Erling Haaland, over 1 expected goals per 90, a simply ridiculous number we've never seen before. Next is Mateta with 0.7 and third is Beto, who's inconsistent for minutes, so not a reliable FPL option. If these rates continue, Haaland will again be the best player in the entire game with 8.9 points per match, though that drops to 7.83 over the next 5 due to tough fixtures. Then Mateta with 6.76 and Thiago in third place, thanks to nailed minutes and penalty duties. Now that you've seen all the data, it's clear why this is the best team possible right now in Fantasy Premier League. There are, however, a few small changes we could discuss. For instance, we have zero point 0.9 left in the bank, so we could upgrade Timber to Gabriel, slightly better expected points and more nailed. Among midfielders, Sar and Enzo are simply must-owns given their value, and the IA is flagged, so monitor his status. If Semeyo is not on penalties, we might look elsewhere. Fernandes could also be replaced by a cheaper midfielder like Gakpo or Mbemo. Freeing funds to upgrade a defender may be Crezzi to Munoz, who's proven consistent for Palace over multiple seasons. If you're short on budget, you could also downgrade Thiago to a cheaper striker like Beto or Calvert-Lewin, since Thiago is likely your bench forward anyway. That's it. This was the best team my model could build based on expected points. Some of you may wonder if my xPoint model is any good. If you want to find the answer in this question, click on the video that will appear on your screen right now, and you will find how accurate is my model, how it performs in real life. Good luck to your team and many green arrows.